it's Laura from How to Get Your Shit Together. Today I am talking about my stationery, which I KonMari'd recently over a number of days because it was quite a large category. Anyone who knows me or who reads the blog will know that I have a pretty serious stationery addiction. I love planners. I have a lot of Filofaxes and similar. And then a lot of paraphernalia that goes with that. So a lot of stickers, sticky notes, pens, washi tape, things like that. So it was a considerable category, and I broke it down. I broke some of it down over several days. So it took me a long time to go through it, but it was the category that I was dreading probably the most because of the sheer size of it, and also because, like I said, it's something that I love, so I thought it would be very difficult to let go of a lot of stuff. But overall, as is usually the case, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I started with what I thought would be the hardest subcategory, which was planners. I had 15, which probably sounds like a lot to some people, but if you're a member of the planner community or any of the planner groups, 15 planners is probably considered quite a small collection. So I whittled that down. It was actually much easier than I thought. There was one planner in particular that I thought I wouldn't be able to let go of. It was the first one I had bought. As a grown-up, I suppose, and I didn't think I'd be able to let go of it. I thought for sentimental reasons I would hang on to it, but when I went through my planners, I actually found it very easy to let go of. So at the end of that subcategory, I was left with 10 planners. What I will say is that since I have bought 2 more, but I have also decluttered 2 more, so I'm still at 10, so I'm still good. So 10 is a nice round number. I'm happy enough with that for now. I use 2 on a regular basis, as in every single day. One I use as my wallet and my on-the-go planner. And I have a video up on how that's set up. So if you want to have a look at that, just look at my channel. And then I have another one set up as a blog planner. So that's where I write down, the blog posts that I'm planning to write, the dates that I'm going to publish them, just some general statistics about the site, things like that. So 2 I use on a regular basis. You may wonder why I have 10, but I do tend to swap them out. So I use one for a while and then I will move into a different one, depending on the mood I'm in. So yeah, that was actually quite easy enough. I sold some and then used that money to finance the 2 others that I bought. But yeah, the ones I've sold, I've made some money from, so that's sitting in my PayPal account, ready for me to buy more junk, more stuff with. After that, I moved on to washi and deco tapes. If you're not familiar with that is, they're basically patterned sellotape. Washi is kind of a paper tape, it's like masking tape, and it just has patterns on it, and deco tape is more plastic kind of sellotape. So in total, between like full rolls and samples that people had sent me, I had 103. Much more than I thought because I don't really use it that much. It's just bits and bobs I had collected over the years. So 103, but I did manage to whittle it down to 43. So I got rid of just a little over half, and I'm happy enough with that. And the ones I have left are nice and pretty. Like I said, I don't really use them that often, but when I do, those are the ones I will use. After that, which was the longest subcategory, I did Project Life, the scrapbooking cards. Actually, it wasn't just specifically Project Life. I did Project Life and other random journaling cards. Project Life I don't actually do Project Life. I don't really scrapbook at all, but I still had quite a large collection of that. I don't spend that much money overall. I'm generally quite a frugal person. But recently I was sick in bed with a sinus infection, and I went a bit mad and bought a lot of Project Life kits. So for Project Life cards, I had over 2,000. That is a phenomenal amount, particularly for somebody who doesn't actually use the Project Life system. But I know a lot of people use them in their planners. You know, they punch them and put them into their planners, and a lot of them have really nice pictures on them or motivational quotes or something. And I had seen a lot of them in the planner groups. So when I was feeling very sorry for myself, I decided that I would treat myself and just buy a massive amount of them. So over 2,000 of those, and then other scrapbooking, journaling cards, I had just over 100 of those. So about 2,500. That's a big number. Almost 2,500 journaling cards, but I got it down to just over 100. So I actually got rid of 95% of those, and I'm very pleased. It took me a long time going through each card individually, but I did it, and I have sold some of those, and there's still a lot waiting to be sold. Some I have sent as gifts to people, things like that, but that was the longest one purely because of the scale of that. I won't be buying any more of those, certainly not, but they are nicely organised and displayed now, and I really like the ones that are left. They have really cute pictures on them or something, so I'm happy enough for now. Then I moved on to notebooks. As part of the paper category, I did notepads, so A4 notepads, just general writing pads. For this, I did notebooks. The difference being really that they're smaller, kind of A5 or smaller, and they're cute. So I had like Mickey Mouse ones and just various other ones. I had a nice leather one that has like a Celtic cross on it. Various bits and bobs like that. I think I had 11 of those, and I only got rid of 2, and the reason for that is because I actually do use notebooks a lot. I write lists every single day. I think I'm always writing lists, jotting down ideas, notes, random things that pop into my head. So for that reason, I didn't really get rid of that many. But they're quite small. Most of them are quite small, and like I said, I do use them, so that wasn't really a big issue for me. They do bring me joy. I did writing implements. This was another big one. And I will preface this by saying that recently enough, I went through all of my pens and got rid of the ones that didn't work. And that was about half of them. So when I came to do writing implements for this, I didn't think I would have that many to contend with. So for writing implements, I included pens, pencils, markers and highlighters, and I had over 200 220 to be exact. Again, a lot, but I do use them. I use pens. Same with the notebooks. I'm forever jotting down lists and things, so I do actually use pens on a very regular basis. Having said that, I did get it down to 128, so almost half. Again, I'm very pleased with that. The half that I got rid of, I brought into my local pharmacy. They're forever looking for pens. And the owner there was very pleased. So they now have the other half of my pen collection. Some of them I did send to some other people, they were specifically looking for a set of markers that I had. So Helen, I hope you really enjoyed your friction markers. Yeah, pens is a big, it's a big category. Another category that surprised me, or subcategory that surprised me, was sticky notes. I had 43 packs of sticky notes, and I can't even remember the last time I used a sticky note. It's been a long time, but again, with planners, there are a lot of cute sticky notes. A lot of people use them in their planners, and I thought I would use them in my planner, and I just didn't. So 43 packs I had, and I got it down to 9. And the 9 I have left, I'm keeping more so because they're cute. They bring me joy. I have some little rainbow ones and some little koala bear ones and things like that. So childish, I guess, whatever. I don't care. I really like them, and that's it. So I kept those 9. I can't foresee me ever using them, to be honest, but I really like them. They're adorable. So I kept them. I make no bones about it. I like them. They're staying. End of. Clips then was next. I had a big tub of paper clips. I think there were 200 paper clips in it. Now I've probably used a handful since I bought them, but I counted that as just one because I wasn't going to count all those individually. So that was one. And then other paper clips, I had 23 of those. So about 223 really when you break it down. The 200 in the tub were just regular paper clips. The rest of them are shaped. So again, if you've watched my planner video, you'll see that I have a unicorn paper clip, which I really love. I have ones in the shape of a dragon, ones in the shape of apples, one in the shape of a 4-leaf clover, various ones, and also some binder clips, which I included in that. Clips I do actually use now and again, particularly for work. I would clip some pages together and things like that. So I got that down to 9. The big tub of paper clips, again, I gave to the local pharmacy. And I kept 9 of the other ones. So I think there were 4 or 5 binder clips and the rest were the shaped paper clips. And again, I really like them. I do use them. Not all of them would be used necessarily as paper clips. I mean, I didn't necessarily keep them for their functionality. Again, I kept them because they're nice. My unicorn one, I will never let go. I love it. So I just have that popped in my planner and I really, really like it. The next subcategory I did was stamps and inks. I don't really use that many stamps in my planner either. So that was quite a small category. That wasn't massive by any means. I had 8 stamp sets. Actually 7 stamp sets and 1 ink. So that, again, it wasn't too difficult to whittle that down. I kept the ink pad that I have, and 4 stamp kits. I think 3 of those are actually alphabet stamps, just in different fonts. So I kept those. And then I did punches and staplers. So I have a lot of punches. Actually, no, not a lot. I had 5 in total, and that includes the stapler. So 4 punches. I have the Repesco adjustable for punching my planner pages. I have a 2-hole punch, and I had a single-hole punch and a little shamrock punch, actually, that I really like. Probably because I'm Irish. So I only got rid of one of those, which was the single hole punch, because I never used that. The rest of them I've kept. The 2-hole punch I probably don't use that often, but sometimes I do. So I kept it I do actually use it occasionally for various different things. The shamrock one I kept because it's Irish. It would be like treason to get rid of it, really. If you haven't noticed already, I'm not actually wearing any tinted moisturizer today. So this is my normal skin, lovely and Irish and pasty. And I'm very tired, so tired. So yeah, like bags under my eyes, big dark circles. I still wore the eyeliner though, just so you wouldn't be totally horrified. Scrapbook paper I moved on to next. Again, I don't scrapbook that often, so I didn't necessarily, or I shouldn't have had a lot, but I did pick up a few scrapbooking sets, you know, the sheets of paper you can buy. So I counted each individual sheet, and I had about 450 sheets of scrapbooking paper. Again, I don't scrapbook. I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought them. Some I bought in the States when I was there, and they were on offer, and you know, they had really nice patterns, so I bought them. When I'm saying these things out loud, it sounds so pathetic. And like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? But at the time, it was like, ooh, these are pretty. I'll buy these. I don't know. Again, I suppose this whole process is to make you realize how much stuff you have and how much of that you don't actually use or really like or enjoy at all. I whittled that down to 250 sheets, which I think is quite reasonable. Again, the ones I kept have really nice patterns on them. I do actually plan on starting a scrapbook, so I did, although again, full of great intentions. But I kept 250 and I really like the patterns on them. I'm not really sure yet what I'm going to do with the rest of them. I will probably give them to other planners, but some of the sheets are 12 by 12. They're quite large, so in terms of postage, that might be a bit of a nightmare. But I've kept them for now, as in I've put them aside in a separate bag, and I'll just decide what to do with them. And then the final subcategory was stickers. Again, I thought this would be very, very difficult. It wasn't as difficult as I thought, but I did have a lot of stickers. I counted them separately, so I did sticker sheets first, so kind of single individual sheets, and I had 90 of those, 90 sheets of stickers. Probably for a 5-year-old, that would even be too much. For a 31-year-old, it's definitely pushing it. Then I counted sticker packs and books, because I wasn't going to count all those individually as different sheets. I had 27 packs of stickers, so each of those packs would have had several sheets in them. But yeah, so I mean, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stickers. I did whittle it down, so the individual sheets, I now only have 40 of those, and the actual packs/books I only have 9 of. So I got rid of over half of my stickers, and I'm very pleased. Some of the stickers I will never use. They're too nice. And again, if you're a member of the planner community or any of the planner groups, or you have the same stationery addiction that I do, that will make total sense to you. Having stickers or sticky notes or whatever that are just too nice to use. It's like when you buy a candle and it's in some fancy shape or something and you don't want to burn it because that will ruin it. So, not very logical or rational or anything like that, but that's the way it is. To me, I consider planners and things to be not an art form, but to me they are, you know, they're my little sculptures, they're my little pieces of art, they're my mementos, they're the things that make me happy. So I don't really feel that I should have to justify them. how many I have. People collect all sorts of different things. Some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Probably more valuable than my planner collection or my stationery collection, but it's something I like. It's something that brings me joy. I really do enjoy it. So again, as I have found with every single category I have done as part of this KonMari method, I always thought initially that it would be a massive, massive job and that I wouldn't be able to get rid of anything, really. I always felt overwhelmed and anxious before I started the category, and once I got into it, it wasn't that big a deal at all. Okay, some of it took some time, which I was prepared for, but actually going through it wasn't as traumatic as I thought it would be. So again, I suppose I have learned the lessons from the previous categories I've done, and I divided this one down into subcategories. It would have been very easy and over optimistic of me to pull out all of my stationery and try and do it all at once, but I didn't. Like I said, I had learned the lessons. I did them in subcategories. There will be a blog post accompanying this video, as there always is, and you should really have a look at it because all of the pictures will be included. I haven't yet worked out how to include pictures in the videos, but I will. That is on my to-do list, so that when I'm doing these videos, I can just insert the pictures into them, and you can see them without having to swap over to the blog post. But it's not really a priority for me right now. I will get around to it eventually. But pop over to the blog post, you'll see the before and after pictures. I think you'll be horrified at the before pictures, and the after pictures. I mean, I think they're impressive. You probably won't make any difference to you, but I think they're impressive, and I am very pleased with myself. I'm very proud of myself. I let go over half my stickers. That's a big achievement for me. Please don't judge me. If you have any comments, feedback, anything like that, as usual, leave them down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, hop over to YouTube and leave a comment. And I shall see you next time I'm actually not sure what the next category is that I'm going to do. I think possibly kitchen stuff, food and kitchen utensils, but that is not definite yet. I have made no definite plans for the next category. So, although I'm sitting in the kitchen right now and I'm looking around and I'm like, yep, it will probably be the kitchen. It's not looking its finest right now. So I think possibly the kitchen stuff will be the next one I do, but it just depends. Sometimes I'll go get something and decide, actually, no, this is something I need to focus on. But right now, I think the kitchen is next on the chopping block. Find out next time. Okay, guys, thanks a million for watching. Bye.